In this video tutorial, I want to show you how to set up and configure your new PremiumPress theme using the theme settings option in the WordPress admin area. So let's begin. To access this page, log into your WordPress admin area and under the menu options, click on Theme Setup. Here you'll see there are a number of tabs at the top, and clicking on the submenu tabs, additional options will open on the left hand side. So let's begin with the General Setup tab. The first option on this General Setup tab is Page and Button Links, and this tab is very important. Page and button links allow you to set up the core buttons on your website. To set up page and button links, you need to first create a separate page for each of the core page buttons. When you install the theme, by default, these pages will be created. But if you did not install the sample data when installing the pages, you'll need to manually create these pages. It's very quick and easy. I'll show you how. First thing you do is click on Pages on the left hand side of your WordPress menu. Click on Add New, and for each of the page and button links you create a new page. So for example, My Account. Now once you've created this page, you need to look at the page attributes on the right hand side, and under Template you would select the corresponding template. So in this case I'm going to click on My Account. I click on Publish to publish the page. I would simply go to the Theme Setup tab, Page and Button Links, and I would select the newly created page from the drop down menu. And I would repeat the process for each of the pages below. Each of the pages have a page template that corresponds to that specific page, and then click on Save Changes at the bottom. The next option under the Theme Setup tab is Website Logo, and here you can customize and create your own website logo. Now if you have your own image logo, you can simply select the image from your computer and load it as your website logo. If you don't currently have a logo image, you can use text by simply entering your own website text and title and slogan here, and if you wish to, you can use one of the predefined logo icons available. Once you've entered and configured your logo, simply click on Save Changes to save the necessary changes. Next on the list we have Top Navigation, and Top Navigation refers to the very top section of your website. The top navigation options allow you, one, to add login and logout buttons to the right. As you can see here, we have the logout button on the right here. If I turn this off, click Save Changes and refresh the website, you can see the logout buttons have disappeared from the top right hand side. If I decided to change the layout of my header, so for example I have logo and banner, so you got your logo area here, you would have a banner section here. I can use logo and menu. I refresh. As you can see, I have the logo on the left hand side, and I have the new menu icons on the menu on the right hand side. We can go through each one. So we have a full width logo, which would allow me to, rather than have a split 50-50 text and a menu, I would have a full 100% layout option here for a logo. So if I had a large, very long logo, I could use a full width logo option. I have a logo and search option. Again, just select it and refresh, and this time I have a logo and I have a search box on the right hand side. I can have a logo with custom text, which means I can use the text box here at the top, or I can use HTML, which basically means it will remove all of the content from the area and allow me to enter my own HTML using this custom text box here. The next one we have is Main Menu, and just like the top navigation, we can simply apply the changes we want by clicking on the icon. Underneath that we have Breadcrumbs, which refers to the navigation options underneath the main menu. So as you can see, we have home, and it displays the name of the page and additional options on the right hand side. We can turn on and off breadcrumbs. We can turn on and off breadcrumbs for the home page only, and we can turn the social icons on the right hand side. Footer, again, to change the column layout and design options for the footer, simply click on the corresponding image. To enter your own copyright text for the footer, simply input it in the box provided. And if you wish to change the social icons, which is at the very bottom, you can simply change the icon text value or the actual value for the linkable button just by entering your own content within the boxes. And last but not least, on this menu option, we have custom CSS. And what this does is it allows you to apply your own CSS and header styles within the theme. And this section is really kind of a quick fix section. It's not recommended you use this unless you have to do. If you're going to be applying a large number of CSS or styles to your theme, it is recommended that you use a child theme. Now if we take a quick look on the right hand side, we have the option to turn responsive design on and off. And under the responsive design, we have the option to use a box layout, which means the current website is using box. As you can see on the right hand side, it's framed in a nice box. However, if we turn it to a full width or fluid width layout, it fills up the whole page. And it doesn't matter how big or small the website gets, it's still going to fill up the whole page. Underneath that, we have an option in version 8.8 Plus, which is called site caching. And site caching will basically reduce as many queries as possible to improve the performance of your website. The problem with this is that it will also remove some of the options that it feels may be slowing down your website. So in some cases, some of the mapping options will be disabled. Some of the display options may not display updated as frequently as you may like. And this is because WordPress has a number of slow queries, and what this does is it eliminates all of the slow queries, but to do that it can often stop or prevent a lot of the constantly updated queries from running. So usually large site caching is for large sites, or if you're really experiencing a big slowness in your website, you can try enabling the large site caching to see if this will help. The next menu available under the Theme Settings tab is Page Setup. And from here we can customize the way each of the inner pages is displayed. By clicking on the option, we can change the page layout using the different columns and setting the column width for those pages. So for example, if we take a look at the search results page, give it a refresh, we can see on the left hand side we have the column, and the right hand side we have the main information. If we turn it to this single column layout and refresh, we can see we've lost the column on the left hand side. And if we decide to put it back on the right hand side, we would select the corresponding image. On this column information itself, for example, we have the search results, so we have a sort by and a listing option, so we can change it from list to grid view. And obviously we have the number of results here, so we have a number of results returned from this query. If we did it, we could customize that by going on the search page. We can decide how many pages, how many results it returns per page. So if we change this to 2 results, and click save, and refresh the page, you can see now we have two results per page, and the page navigation is at the bottom of the page. If we decided that we didn't want it to return in a grid view, we can simply select the list view options, and we can go ahead and either turn on and off these sort by options here, or we can go ahead and create our own. And to create your own, you can follow the format at the bottom. So if we just simply copy one of them to show you how it works, click on Save Changes, and give it a refresh, you can see now in the sort by option bar we now have a new sort by, which is sort by price. The next one down we have listing page, and again we can customize the column layouts and widths, and there are a number of different options available. On the right hand side again you can see the design that you're using, and this is just a duplicate of what's available under the Design Setup tab on the right here. The next tab along under the theme settings is Content Setup. Here you can customize some of the core module options within the PremiumPress framework, including the mobile options, the Google Map options, image uploads, etc, etc. So let's take a quick look at each one of them. The mobile setup refers to both the responsive design and the new mobile web built into the PremiumPress framework. The responsive design options refer to those options that are displayed when you minimize a browser to a smaller screen size. The mobile website version is a lightweight version of the main website. It doesn't have all the features, but it looks stunning on smaller screens. You can turn on and off the mobile web and customize the menu options for the home page and the color schemes using the settings available. The next option down we have is Geolocation in Google Maps. Geolocation refers to the top left hand side of your website. If we go to our main website, you can see here it says change location, and this is the geolocation. And what it does is it tries to locate where the user is located from their browser settings. The Google Map options here allow you to set up the display settings for your Google Map, such as the color of the map, the icon, where it's located, etc. on the search results page. Image and uploads refer to some of the image options available. For example, a no image icon, and this is the image that's displayed when a listing has no image. So for example, if you as an admin or a user create a listing but do not add an image, the no image icon will be a fallback image used to display instead of not having any image. Image cropping will also be used if you enable it to prevent images from being too large on your website and slowing down the user's experience. So for example, if somebody loads a huge image onto your website, image cropping, if enabled, will crop down the image to a 900 pixel by 900 pixel image. This will reduce the size of the image and help it load faster when viewed by your website visitors. The next option down is Analytics, and this refers to the Google Analytics setup. You can use the links here to view the Google Analytics website and create a free account, and then once you've enabled it, Google Analytics will track where your visitors are coming from and how they are using and interacting with your website. The Advanced Hit Counter is an additional option built into the theme that allows you to track more information from your users. This feature is still being developed, and so it has an on and off option. Conversion tracking code allows you to use third-party scripts and services to record any transactions that are made on your website. So for example, if you have an affiliate script and require the callback page on your website to record an order that's been placed, you can use a shortcode here along with your affiliate script code to generate and record that information. So you would basically enter your scripting code along with the shortcodes here into this box, and that will then be displayed on the callback page of your website. Next down we have comments, and this allows you to turn on and off the capacity for your website comments box. And next down we have the options for star rating and feedback. On the right hand side we have options to turn on and off item scope. You can learn more about this feature by clicking the more information button. Underneath that we have addthis.com, which is a social icons button that we use within our website. And you can turn on and off this service on creating a free account by going to addthis.com. The next tab along the top is Search Setup. The search setup options within our theme are very advanced and have a large number of features, so we'll cover this in a separate, more dedicated video tutorial. So for now we'll skip this section. The next one along we have is User Setup. Here we can set up the user registration options along with the account options for our users to our website. So using the registration options, we can first enable and disable users to actually register on our website. We can allow users to select and create their own password instead of being sent a predefined one by WordPress. And we can turn on and off the security code which allows users to verify they are actually a real user, not spam bots on the registration page. We also have the option here to add new field, which will add a new field to our registration and or account page. So let me give you an example. If we create a new field called phone, and we'll give it a database key also called phone. The database keys, the key names need to be lowercase and no spaces or special characters. It is recommended you keep them very short so you remember what they are. The caption can be anything you like, so we can use something more specific like phone space number. Here we can choose a field type. We can have an input field, which basically allows the user to input one line of text, a text area, which allows the user to enter more information such as a description. We have a checkbox for on and off options, a radio box again for selecting an on and off sort of box, or a selection box which allows the user to select one option from a multiple amount that you create yourself. So for the sake of a phone number, we'll leave it as input field. We can choose the display order should we be creating many different fields, and we can decide whether or not we want it to be required, which means the users must fill in this option before they're allowed to proceed onto the next page. Can user edit, and this means that the information will be displayed on the registration page but doesn't necessarily have to be displayed on their account page. So for example, if you wanted to get their telephone number but didn't want them to be able to edit it, that means they will be entering it initially on their registration page but would not be visible when the user comes to edit their profile later on. Obviously, for the sake of this example, we want it to be on the registration page and visible for editing on their account page, so we would leave this as yes. We simply click Save Changes. Now when we return, you'll see that this new field is visible, and under Required it says yes, and under Editable it also says yes. So if we go to the main website, navigate to the My Account page, under the My Account options, you can see on the right hand side we now have this phone number. And this is obviously the phone number you've just created in the admin area. Registration page, to have a quick look, we can see on the registration page also we have this phone number option. So when the user completes the registration, they can then go to their account and then edit the phone number on their account page also. And there is no limit to the amount of fields you create. You can create multiple fields with checkboxes, selection boxes, etc. The registration page text here allows you to add your own custom text. So if I just use the word testing, just for an example, click Save. If I navigate back to the registration page, you can see now at the top of the registration page there is this text called testing. And basically it just allows you to add any additional information you would like the user to know about while creating an account on your website. Underneath that we have user account, and this refers to the actual My Account page itself. Here you can turn on and off the display options for this specific page, including the layout options, so we have grid or list. At the moment, as you can see, they're in the grid, or if I wanted to swap that over to a list and give it a refresh, see now they're listed one by one. Additional options include the default location for users should they not specify one, and you can turn, like I said, on and off profile links, My Account options in their My Account page. Under that we have a user profile, and this allows you to turn on and off user profiles. Should you not be using it, you can turn it off, and if you want to use it and leave it on. Under that we have user credit. Now, as explained previously, user credit is like an inbuilt currency. It allows you to credit users' accounts so they can create listings or purchase membership packages without actually having to use their debit or credit card. In some themes, for example the auction theme, a user can be credited an amount of money should items be purchased on their website, and then they can use that credit to pay for listing fees, etc. later on. On the right hand side of this section we have website users, and this just displays an overview of the types of users you have. So currently there are 9 users, and we have 1 administrator and 8 subscribers. You can use the Manage Users button as a quick link to take you to the WordPress users page. And from there you can create new users or edit any existing ones. So in the next video tutorial, we're going to take you through the search setup options for your PremiumPress theme.